Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History Comics Podcast, this time with another edition of the classics with Spider-Man, The Death of the Stacys. This is a great collection of two classic stories from Spider-Man's past, collecting Amazing Spider-Man number 88 to 92, and of course Amazing Spider-Man number 121 to 122, which of course features the death of both Captain Stacy and his daughter, Gwen Stacy, in the separate story arcs. Most significantly being Gwen Stacy being the Spider-Man's first serious girlfriend, who passed away at the hands of the Green Goblin Norman Osborn. This is just a great read in general because, once again, this shows the power of having trades like this because it combines two classic Spider-Man stories, showing the consequences of what happens to the people around Spider-Man. But also, it does show that Gwen Stacy, many people have accused her of just being a fridge character. She was only created to be a girlfriend and someone for Spider-Man to derive motivation from after her death. But the death of the Captain Stacy story shows that, no, she was a fully formed character who, after the death of her father, who at the hands of Spider-Man, Spider, and Dr. Octopus, some bricks fall on Captain Stacy, who's saving someone in the process. And but she ends up blaming Spider-Man for his actions and even trying to turn it against him, which, of course, is great motivation for conflict against her dead boyfriend Peter Parker, who is Spider-Man in real life, and that's that great dynamic that you see that shows a relationship. But also shows that Gwen Stacy is a much more textured character than people have given her credit for, and why also her death is still that much more significant because Spider-Man, try as he might, is easily one of the most dramatic moments in comic book history when Norman Osborn kills her. Yes, I am spoiling the story here, but this is classic comic book lore and Spider-Man lore. Everyone should know this by now. Just a great read from beginning to end, and combining the two really just shows the contrast of what Spider-Man goes through and why he's a great hero. Because even after such tragic loss, he keeps fighting the good fight, and it's just a great read. And also, it's by Stan Lee and Gil Kane and Jerry Conway and John Romita Sr. So it's great writers and art all together. So, yeah, if you're looking for a great trade depicting the two of the most tragic events in Spider-Man's life, look no further than Spider-Man, Death of the Stacys, because that's a true classic trade.
Great things are coming on the Nerd Bliss podcast. We're changing up our presentation while keeping the candidness that you enjoy. We'll cover all your favorite shows and movies with maybe a few surprises along the way. And you, yes you, will have opportunities to be on our show on a regular basis. That's right, you've got the Zoom Pro account and we're going to use it. So be ready. Find us at nerdblisspodcast.com and esonetwork.com and on all the socials at NerdBlissPod. Nerd Bliss. Listen up.
And now it is March 9th, 2023. Time for the favorite comic of the week. Batman number 133 by Chip Zdarsky and Mike Hawthorne, which once again sees Bruce Wayne trapped in an alternate universe where this universe's version of Bruce Wayne never became Batman and was actually murdered as a result. And now he's trying to fight the way to try to redeem this Gotham City, along with deciding to finally become Batman himself, which of course brings about a serious reaction to many of the current denizens of Gotham. Zdarsky does a great job really examining what it is that makes Batman, and Bruce Wayne, and so forth. And also, he has fun with mixing in the familiar yet stranger faces in this alternate universe. The moment between Alfred and Batman is pretty tragic, and it's nice to see Catwoman once again start to warm up to this new Bruce Wayne / Batman, as she starts to recognize the Red Mask, who's running Gotham, may not be everything he seems to be. It's matched by Hawthorne's nicely gritty art, which does a great job depicting the action and how decrepit Gotham City gets without Batman. You realize, oh wait, Gotham does need Batman because look how bad it gets without him. And all in all, Zdarsky has been knocking it out of the park. First, his great fail-safe story arc that led into this. Now, this current story arc is really examining what it means to be Batman. It's a great run in general, so it's a good time to be a Batman fan, especially in his main series. And with that, we'll conclude this episode of The Classics. Join me again next week for another edition. And until then, go out and enjoy yourself a good comic book. And if you can, check out Spider-Man, The Death of the Stacys trade, because that has two classic stories in one great read.